Are you planning your next travel adventure? You might want to think twice before booking a ticket to one of these cities. Today, we're diving into the top 10 cities known for their lack of friendliness. From unwelcoming locals to poor customer service, these destinations might leave you feeling more like an intruder than a guest. But don't worry, we'll also provide tips on how to navigate these places if you still decide to visit. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest travel guides and tips. Number 10. Paris in France. Paris, often dubbed the City of Love, is surprisingly not so loved when it comes to friendliness. Various surveys and traveler reviews have pointed out the city's perceived unfriendliness, particularly towards tourists. One traveler shared, "I was excited to visit the Eiffel Tower, but when I asked a local for directions, I was met with a rude shrug and a dismissive attitude. It really dampened my experience." According to a survey by the European Travel Commission, Paris ranks low in customer service and overall tourist satisfaction. The city's hospitality sector has been criticized for being unwelcoming and sometimes outright rude. Historically, Parisians have been known for their pride in their culture and language, which can sometimes come off as standoffish to outsiders. The city's fast-paced lifestyle also contributes to this perception. Common complaints include rude behavior from locals, especially in restaurants and shops, and a general lack of helpfulness towards tourists. If you're looking for a friendly French city, consider visiting Lyon or Bordeaux. These cities offer rich cultural experiences and are known for their welcoming locals. To make your trip to Paris more enjoyable, try learning a few basic French phrases. Locals appreciate the effort, and it can make interactions smoother. Also, be patient and polite, even if you don't receive the same treatment in return. Have you been to Paris? Share your experiences in the comments below. Did you find the locals friendly or unfriendly? Number 9. Moscow in Russia. Moscow is a city of grandeur, with stunning architecture and a rich history. However, it's also known for its cold demeanor towards tourists. Surveys by the World Tourism Organization indicate that Moscow ranks poorly in hospitality and customer service. The city's residents are often perceived as indifferent or unapproachable. Moscow's history of political tension and its bustling urban environment contribute to its reputation. The city's reserved and private culture can be misinterpreted as unfriendliness. Tourists often mention the lack of English signage and the difficulty in finding helpful locals. Customer service in restaurants and shops also receives low marks. For a friendlier experience in Russia, consider visiting St. Petersburg. Known for its artistic heritage and more laid-back atmosphere, it offers a warmer welcome to tourists. Learning basic Russian phrases can go a long way. Additionally, using a reliable translation app and planning your itinerary in advance can help you navigate the city more comfortably. Have you experienced unfriendliness in Moscow? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Number 8. New York City in USA. New York City is one of the most iconic cities in the world, but its fast-paced lifestyle and bustling streets can be overwhelming and sometimes unwelcoming for tourists. One tourist once said, "I love NYC's energy, but it can be exhausting. People are always in a hurry, and asking for directions often results in a quick, impatient response." Various surveys, including those by Travel Plus Leisure, indicate that while NYC is beloved for its attractions, it scores low in terms of hospitality and friendliness. New Yorkers are known for their directness and fast-paced lives. This cultural trait can come across as brusque or unfriendly to visitors. Common complaints include the hurried and sometimes rude demeanor of locals, especially in crowded areas. Customer service in certain establishments can also be less than friendly. If you want a taste of the Big Apple's charm with a friendlier vibe, consider visiting cities like Boston or Philadelphia. These cities offer rich history and culture with a warmer welcome. Be prepared for the hustle and bustle of NYC. Keep your questions concise and straightforward, and try to blend in with the city's fast-paced rhythm. Do you think NYC is unfriendly? Share your experiences in the comments below. Number 7. Beijing in China. Beijing, with its rich history and cultural landmarks, can be a challenging city for tourists in terms of friendliness and accessibility. A traveler shared, "Navigating Beijing was tough. Few people spoke English, and I often felt lost and frustrated trying to communicate." According to surveys by the China Tourism Academy, Beijing scores low in terms of tourist satisfaction and hospitality, particularly for Western tourists. Beijing's rapid modernization and large population contribute to a sense of urgency and impatience. Additionally, the language barrier can make interactions difficult. Tourists frequently mention the language barrier, lack of English signage, and the general unhelpfulness of locals in tourist areas. Consider visiting Shanghai for a more tourist-friendly experience. Shanghai offers a blend of modernity and tradition, with better English signage and more accommodating locals. Learning basic Mandarin phrases can greatly enhance your experience. Additionally, using translation apps and hiring local guides can make navigating Beijing easier. Have you visited Beijing? What was your experience like? Let us know in the comments. Number 6. Rome in Italy. Rome, with its ancient history and stunning architecture, can sometimes fall short in the friendliness department, particularly towards tourists. One visitor noted, "While Rome's history is fascinating, I found the locals to be impatient and unhelpful, especially in busy tourist areas." Surveys by the European Commission reveal that Rome ranks low in terms of customer service and tourist satisfaction. Rome's large influx of tourists can lead to fatigue among locals, resulting in less patience and friendliness. The city's chaotic traffic and crowded streets also contribute to this perception. Common complaints include rude behavior from locals, poor customer service in restaurants, and a general lack of helpfulness towards tourists. For a friendlier Italian experience, consider visiting Florence or Venice. These cities offer rich cultural experiences with a more welcoming atmosphere. Being patient and polite can go a long way. Try to avoid peak tourist times and explore less crowded areas for a more pleasant experience. Have you faced unfriendliness in Rome? Share your stories in the comments. Number 5. Mumbai in India. Mumbai, India's bustling financial hub, can be overwhelming and unfriendly to tourists, particularly those unfamiliar with the local culture. A traveler mentioned Mumbai was an assault on the senses. The crowds, noise, and sometimes brusque interactions made it a challenging place to visit. According to surveys by the India Tourism Department, Mumbai scores low in tourist satisfaction and hospitality, particularly for first-time visitors. Mumbai's sheer size, population density, and fast-paced lifestyle contribute to its reputation. The city's economic disparity can also result in varied interactions with tourists. Tourists often cite the overwhelming crowds, noise, and a general lack of personal space. Scams and touts targeting tourists are also common complaints. For a friendlier Indian experience, consider visiting Jaipur or Udaipur. These cities offer rich cultural heritage with a more relaxed and welcoming atmosphere. Being aware of cultural norms and customs can help. Hiring a local guide can also enhance your experience and help you navigate the city more comfortably. Have you experienced Mumbai's hustle and bustle? Tell us about your visit in the comments. Number 4. Buenos Aires in Argentina. Buenos Aires, known for its vibrant culture and tango, can sometimes be perceived as unfriendly towards tourists. A tourist shared, "While the city has a lot to offer, I found the locals to be indifferent and sometimes rude, especially in tourist-heavy areas." Surveys by the Latin American Tourism Organization indicate that Buenos Aires ranks low in terms of hospitality and customer service. Buenos Aires' reputation for unfriendliness is partly due to its economic struggles and social tensions. The city's fast-paced lifestyle also contributes to this perception. Common complaints include indifferent behavior from locals, poor customer service, and a lack of helpfulness towards tourists. For a more welcoming experience in Argentina, consider visiting Mendoza or Bariloche. These cities offer beautiful landscapes and a friendlier atmosphere. Learning basic Spanish phrases can improve interactions. Also, explore less touristy neighborhoods for a more genuine and pleasant experience. Have you visited Buenos Aires? How was your experience? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 3. Berlin in Germany. Berlin, with its rich history and modern culture, can be perceived as unfriendly, particularly towards tourists. One visitor noted, "I loved Berlin's history and culture, but the locals were often blunt and unhelpful, which made it a bit difficult to navigate the city." According to surveys by the European Travel Commission, Berlin ranks low in terms of tourist satisfaction and hospitality. Berlin's straightforward and no-nonsense culture can be misinterpreted as unfriendliness. The city's fast-paced environment also contributes to this perception. Common complaints include blunt behavior from locals, poor customer service in restaurants, and a general lack of helpfulness towards tourists. For a friendlier German experience, consider visiting Munich or Hamburg. These cities offer rich cultural experiences with a more welcoming atmosphere. Being patient and polite can go a long way. Try to understand and respect the local customs and etiquette to have a smoother experience. Have you experienced Berlin's bluntness? Share your stories in the comments. Number 2. Hong Kong. Hong Kong, with its towering skyscrapers and bustling markets, can be overwhelming and unfriendly to tourists. A traveler shared, "Hong Kong's fast-paced environment was exciting, but I often felt lost and frustrated trying to navigate the city and interact with locals." Surveys by the Asia Tourism Organization reveal that Hong Kong ranks low in terms of tourist satisfaction and hospitality. Hong Kong's rapid modernization and dense population contribute to its reputation. The city's economic pressures and high cost of living also play a role. Tourists frequently mention the language barrier, crowded streets, and a general lack of helpfulness from locals. For a more relaxed experience in Asia, consider visiting Singapore or Taipei. These cities offer vibrant cultures with a friendlier and more accommodating atmosphere. Learning basic Cantonese phrases and using translation apps can enhance your experience. Plan your itinerary in advance to avoid getting overwhelmed. Have you visited Hong Kong? What was your experience like? Let us know in the comments. Number 1. Cairo in Egypt. Cairo, with its ancient history and iconic landmarks, can be a challenging city for tourists in terms of friendliness and accessibility. One visitor noted, "While the pyramids were breathtaking, navigating Cairo was tough. The locals were often unhelpful, and I felt overwhelmed by the crowds and traffic." According to surveys by the Africa Tourism Organization, Cairo scores low in terms of tourist satisfaction and hospitality. Cairo's large population, economic challenges, and bustling environment contribute to its reputation. The city's cultural norms can also be misinterpreted as unfriendliness. Common complaints include rude behavior from locals, poor customer service, and a general lack of helpfulness towards tourists. For a friendlier Egyptian experience, consider visiting Luxor or Aswan. These cities offer rich cultural heritage with a more relaxed and welcoming atmosphere. Being aware of cultural norms and customs can help. Hiring a local guide can also enhance your experience and help you navigate the city more comfortably. Have you experienced Cairo's hustle and bustle? Tell us about your visit in the comments. There you have it, the top 10 cities to avoid if you're looking for a friendly travel experience. While these cities have much to offer in terms of culture and history, their reputation for unfriendliness can make them challenging destinations. But don't let that deter you completely. With the right preparation and mindset, you can still enjoy these cities and all they have to offer. Which of these cities surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content about global travel and much more. See you in the next video.